Hello guys, welcome to the Monday forecast. Let's get started with the euro and the US dollar. One thing I know about the beginning of the week and about Mondays and Tuesdays that they are predominantly range bound. So that means I'm being a little bit more careful with the setups, a little bit more careful with entering trades and looking at the price action. Especially when I see wicks and sort of crappy price action, I know that I should definitely stay out. So knowing that, let's get right into the forecast. So the euro and US dollar has not really done anything. We have been stuck in this range. As you can see here, we are stuck in this larger flat range. So currently what I am looking for is I am looking for this push to continue to the upside. So we are getting this nice push, but let's see if it will continue. So currently as it stands, we are getting this nice push and an aggressive retrace. So a big warning sign, and also we got a large wick here, and also the overall price action is range bound, so that is definitely not a good sign. What I will be looking for a trade, as I said, I'm looking for a large push up and then a nice flag, or I'm looking for to get that V reversal, maybe. Look for a range, another push down, and then a nice flag. Or I'm looking for a straight impulse from here, and then also a nice trade to go short. Or I am looking for an ascending, something like this, and then a reversal, and then a nice trade. Or a descending structure, like this, reversal to the upside, and then a nice flag to go long. So yeah, that's about it for the euro and the US dollar. Nothing really more to say. So let's switch over to the euro and the Japanese yen. And we have this same sort of crappy price action. We have broken out of this range that we had right here. So it did break and retrace, which was, I would have to say, this move was expected, since there was a clear liquidity area right above here. So a break and retrace was highly probable, and now we got this descending. As we can see here, we got a descending structure going into an ascending structure. So at that point I was not looking for any sort of trades, and now we are getting this V reversal. So when I see a V reversal, I usually tend to look for a range and then a continuation to the downside, something like this. Or I'm looking for that large impulse, down, and then a nice flag. Just a second. So a large push and a nice flag. Or maybe the price again reverses, gives us a nice impulse up, looking for a trade. If we do get an ascending structure, I will look for a reversal to a downside, of course, as on all the pairs. Or if we get a descending structure, I am looking for a reversal to the upside, like this. But again, nothing really special to say here. This is not looking good for either long or short. This is just range bound and is currently giving us a V reversal. Let's now take a look at the Aussie pairs. So there was an opportunity to enter on a trade. Let me just see if there was another opportunity right here. Yeah, there were actually two opportunities. So at this point, maybe some people were seeing this nice push to the downside that we got here, this small pullback, and then for the price to continue going down. And the price did continue, but a very interesting thing to note here, and something that is an important lesson, is how we are moving down. So we can see that we first left a wick to a downside right here, then we left another wick, and then we left a third wick, and we also broke the low with a wick retraced, broke the low with a wick retraced, and right here this wasn't really a good clean close. It gave us a small wick and it didn't break by much. Let's see by how much it actually broke the low. So the low is here. We take the ruler, it's about 4 pips. It's like nothing. So a really small break, and the prior price action was showing us a weakness to the downside. So I was not actually looking for a trade. Maybe some people were looking for a break and retest to the inside bar, which is a high probability setup when we get a large impulse. When we get the large impulse and then a one candle pullback and a continuation, we do look at that break and retest trade, as I said right here, and then for it to continue. But for me, this was not enough of a break. These candles showed weakness to the downside. This was not a good impulse down, so I definitely didn't want to enter on a trade. And also it was Monday morning, which is usually when we don't really get high probability setups. So when you combine all of these factors, this was not a good trade, for me at least. And then some people would then get tagged in with this candle. Price did continue to the downside, which is interesting, but then it actually reversed to the upside. So we broke the low, retraced, and reversed to the upside. So this would be actually a losing trade as far as I can tell, or a break-even trade. So it's good that I stayed out of this one. And then we also got an opportunity on this reversal. So let me take it back by this candle. What I was seeing at this point, I was seeing a descending structure, as you can see here. And then we got this reversal. But what I didn't like about this is the wick. So we got a big wick right here. If it was a clean close, I would definitely be interested. But with this big wick, I wanted to see what the next candle will do and how the next candle will form. And as you can see, the next candle actually gave us an aggressive retrace. So this didn't fit my plan for a reversal trade. Maybe some people were looking for this break and retest. They would now be tagged in. So they will now be tagged in. But for me personally, it didn't fit my plan. I did like the descending structure, but I didn't like the break because of this big wick and because it's Monday, when setups usually don't tend to work out as good as in the rest of the week. So again, when you combine all of these factors, I stayed out of this reversal. Maybe it will go, maybe it will go to the downside, or it will go to the upside, we will see. But currently waiting for more price action. If we continue up, I'm definitely looking for a nice trade, because after a descending structure we usually reverse. Or if we continue to the downside like this, I'm looking for a flag to go short. If we start to ascend, I'm looking for a reversal to the downside. If we start to descend like this, I'm looking for a nice reversal to the upside. That's about it for the Aussie and US dollar. Currently sitting on my hands, waiting for the break of the low or the high. Let's see if we will get a nice trend. And here we have the Aussie and the Japanese yen, and this one looks really clean. I have to say, this is looking really clean for a reversal trade. Why is it looking clean? Because we are breaking the lows with a wick, retracing, breaking with a wick, retracing, breaking with a wick, retracing, breaking and retracing, and now again breaking with a wick and retracing. This is a high probability setup for a reversal, especially when we get, just a second, especially when we get these wicks to the downside and that the price just keeps struggling to the downside, taking out stops, reversing, taking out stops, reversing, taking out stops, reversing, and just grabbing liquidity. The market makers are very likely to reverse the price to the upside, and that is definitely what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a nice push up and then maybe a flag or a break and retest trade, or I'm looking for more of a descending structure, which would be even higher probability, and then a nice reversal trade, or I'm looking for that nice ascending, then a reversal. That would be not as high probability but could happen. Or if we do get a large push up, I will consider taking a short, but not really on that setup, is not really on my radar. As I said, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for that reversal to the upside, because this looks really clean. That's about it for the forecast, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Had some mini lessons today. Stayed out of some trades, didn't take any trades. So let's see what will happen for the rest of the week, and maybe we start to get a nice trend, since the market has been pausing for 2 weeks now. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one and have a great day.